Imagine walking into your teenager's room late at night and noticing the phone glow of a phone screen. You might just think, well, they're probably just texting their friends or finishing up the homework. But in reality, they've been scrolling for hours or watching movies or gaming, and they already lost track of time, and they sadly end up falling asleep at 3 a.m. at night. This is the reality of many teenagers today. And so I want to discuss why some parents hesitate or even resist monitoring their children's phone activity. As someone myself who once stayed up late at night watching movies, gaming, and seeing the negative effects on myself and other teenagers, I've researched how parental monitoring influences teenagers' health, their habits, and online safety. But today in my speech, I want to identify the parents who value digital privacy for their teens. And I want to explain their beliefs and outline the barriers that prevent these kind of parents to adopt any kind of healthy monitoring practices. And so let us begin, firstly, asking a question of who are these parents? First, these parents are typically between the ages of 20, 30, and 50. They are often, well-educated and technologically aware. They understand both benefits and drawbacks and dangers. Both mothers and fathers, are involved in digital parenting. Those studies show that mothers monitor their children's online behavior more frequently than fathers. This is based on an article, Parenting Children the Age of Screens. And according to the Parenting Children the Age of Screens, it says 65% of parents say it is acceptable for a child to have their own tablet computer before the age of 12, end quote. The statistics reflects how early many parents introduce technology to their children. Many of these parents, come from Western cultures that emphasize individual freedom, independence, and self-expression. And so as a result, they often believe children deserve personal privacy even in digital spaces. And so now that we have identified who these parents are, I want to explore what these parents believe and why. What these parents believe, why. And I would say a lot of this would make sense after reading this quote from article, Why Teens Need Privacy. Quote, adolescents need to separate and individuate. Individuation is a development process that takes place when children want to have a life of their own, and adolescence is really about preparing them for that. End quote. So when reading this quote, this need for teens' privacy might sound actually catchy and often resonates with a lot of parents who want to respect their children's boundaries. Many of these parents genuinely do have good intentions. It is still good to have children have privacy. But they want their children to learn responsibility and build trust within the family, but they believe that allowing digital freedom helps these teens develop these qualities. Furthermore, many parents see privacy as a matter of fairness, believing that open communication, not control, is the most effective way to guide their children. So as we see, these parents do have good intentions, but they come from the belief of believing that children need privacy, and they want to let these children have their own times on their phones and learn from mistakes. But what are some barriers that truly prevent from many parents from putting any restrictions on children? Well, after reading Why Teens Need Privacy, many parents equate monitoring with spying or distrust, and they believe it undermines the relationship they've built with their children. Secondly, they believe that teens need space to make mistakes and learn from them without constant oversight. Some parents fear being labeled as controlling, and may feel guilt or anxiety when enforcing digital boundaries. Fourthly, based off empowering parents, practical issues like the lack of time or technical knowledge, it makes it hard for parents to track devices effectively. And finally, last barrier to prevent many parents from offering any restrictions, teens are just tech savvy and can easily bypass any restrictions. And so that leads many parents to just give up all for together on any monitoring. This parent once said in the article, it's almost impossible to keep up what they're doing online. That's how many parents feel today. Like it's impossible to keep up with these children. And so in conclusion, the issue of parental monitoring is not really about, I would say, control. It's about care. Unfortunately, many parents today confuse care with control, when in reality, true care means guiding and protecting these children. And so we examine today who these parents are, what they believe, and the barriers they face in setting any healthy digital boundaries. But where I'm coming from, I want to end the note with that true freedom is not the absence of boundaries. It's actually the presence of wisdom within the freedom.